if you don't know what's going on, Back on Fig, T-Rel, and Smack had some words for Lush because Lush had an interview with Crip Mac, which is T-Rel arch nemesis, right? And he asked Crip Mac about Smack and T-Rel, and Back on Fig, T-Rel, and Smack thought that was a move to set it up for Crip Mac to insult them or attack them and have a quote-unquote viral moment at their expense. So they told Lush, listen, don't do that again. And Smack himself says, Lush, I would never F with you again if you bring that man on and ask him about me. All right, so let's get to it, man.
We get into it. I do have something I want to address. I honestly don't want to address, but
oh shit,
I feel like it's kind of somewhat of a necessity at this point, considering just the amount.
Yo, why is Lush mic so loud?
Of people and just talking about it, and I don't really like to. I go to great lengths to make sure that I'm on the right side of history, especially recently. I've learned from a lot of mistakes, and I'm careful with my words.
Yeah, man. Now, I think we all know what Lush is talking about when he said he's been on the wrong side of history. He's referring to, me and him, Saga. Listen, I still got a grave level of respect for Lush. Feel me? Lush is a good dude. He's a really, 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 really good dude. Now, sometimes Lush does things, just in a heartbeat, or like he just does things. You feel me? Like it impulsively, right? Without really thinking about it or how it could affect people, right? So I don't think Lush have a bad intention bone in his body, So
I'm careful with my actions, particularly in this podcasting space, and I'm not doing things to rock the boat or to. But at the same time, I'm not a fucking victim. You know what I mean? Like, right. And I'm not going to allow people to continue to disrespect me, to be hypocrites, to try to walk over me.
I don't think you sleep well at night if you was to take half the shit that people throw at you and shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, keep it with yourself.
So at a certain point, nah, it's not. I gotta speak up, especially when.
Let's get to it, man.
It's on platforms that I respect and consider allies. Earlier today on the BackOnFigg platform, Smack was responding to my Crip Mac interview and had some statements about he didn't feel like it was fair that he was being used for content and that I was stepping into street shit and purposely setting someone up for disrespect. Now, how anybody could glean that if they actually watch the content is beyond me. Because literally the only thing I did in the context, the only time that T-Rel and Smack were brought up was when I was literally talking about how I was catching Crip Mac up to speed about what's going on with No Jumper. And it was in reference to how come you didn't go straight to the No Jumper platform.
So you were talking about a group of people and they just so happened to be in the mix of the people.
Yes, because what I said is the direct quote was, and there's a paraphrase, but it's damn near a direct quote. I was like, AD, it left, a lot of things have changed in No Jumper. AD left, and he's got his own platform called Community, and he said, shout out to AD. And I said, they clicked up. He said he clicked up with Smack and T-Rel, and before I could even mention Fig Community World, because what I was about to do is state the fact that Fig Community World is actually gaining more traction than No Jumper.
Flowers.
Yeah. You could call it flowers, but I'm not even going to go that far. I was just letting him know what was going on. Like, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. The podcast is doing well. It's putting numbers on the board. There's been a big paradigm shift. For people that aren't tuned into the podcast space, they hear the name No Jumper, you'll be like, yeah, No Jumper is where it's at. But anybody that's really been paying attention the past few months, you'd be like, damn. And if you went into a coma in February and someone would have told you that House Phone, T-Rel, AD, all these people that were the pillars of that platform are no longer there, they'd be like, it'd be a shock. You know what I mean? It'd be like, oh, what? Like, oh, fuck.
Yo, Lush, man, listen. Lush, man. if we click on the title, we click on the title for a particular subject, Lush. Like, you got to get to it, man. You got to.
LeBron's not on the Lakers anymore. So I'm literally trying to explain to this guy what it was. I wasn't like, yo, so you know that AD's clicked up with the Hoovers. He's over there with your ops.
The premise of the conversation was general updating. What all that entails.
And I didn't say, how do you feel about T-Rail? How do you feel about... I don't think T-Rail took it right, because he was alluding to the fact, like, hey, like, I don't have a problem with Lush. Like, he's not welcomed on BackOnFigg anymore. He's like trying to say that, but the other people in the background are kind of chiming in, trying to incense the moment.
Yeah, that's when wires get crossed.
But the reality is, they had no, like, there's no recourse, because I don't think that they actually watched it. I think people just said,
yeah, bro, I've been 100% with y'all, bro. I was about to watch the interview, and then I seen it was like 3 hours long. No, it was like an hour and a half or 2 hours long, and I was like, bro, no, man. Bro, listen, the days of me watching a 2-hour interview is no more for me, bro. Like, I have to actually want to hear this person speak for 2 hours.
This is what you did. Or and if you did, you watched like a 10-second clip. Yeah. But that's literally all it was. And C-Mac didn't even disrespect them. He was just like, I'm not fucking with them. He didn't call them out their name. He didn't diss their hoods or anything like that.
Right.
So, like, but just let's take it a step further. Something that really doesn't make sense to me. Lush, we don't want to be used for content. Okay. But it's okay to use me for content?
I'll be real. Lush got a point. Lush got a point, and not just with BackOnFigg, but in terms of this space. We use Lush a lot for content. You feel me? Like, we react to Lush downfall. We like speak on certain things that Lush is going through, right? Like Lush being like fired or like go. We react to it. Lush ain't wrong. Lush is not wrong at all. I'm gonna say this: Lush is not wrong. He is 100% right. Any
single thing that happened to me, whether it's dissecting any potential inconsistency in my past, that could be used as content. That could be laughed at. Embarrassing moments of mine, let's put it on blast. Let's take the whole Alki David thing and do content on that. Let's look up lawsuit transcripts and do content on that.
I'll be real, man. If I'm being 100% consistent, Lush ain't wrong, man. Bruh, Lush ain't wrong, man. He right. Now, here's the difference, though. Some might say difference is the Crip math thing is some street stuff. This is just content. The street stuff could spill over into some other issues. This is just content. I'm just saying that's what the response may be, like, yo, Lush. You know, like, they're talking about you, but they're talking about you on some content stuff. Bringing up their name with Crip Mac may spew over into some street stuff, and bodies may be dropped that I don't think you're prepared for or prepared to be blamed for. That's the difference. But Lush is spitting, though.
Let's, you know what I mean? Like, let's do all this shit and bring it to light. Laugh about it. Lush gets fired. That's the title of an episode.
Damn.
Let's dissect. And you know what? I understand. It's the content game. I'm not complaining about it, but I'm not allowed to even
say a name.
Mention your name in the presence of somebody that they're static with. And look, I understand the ramifications are a bit more severe when you're talking about gang shit and beefs, but you know, we're talking about people that are that have transcended that and are successful in the podcasting space. Some of the most prominent figures. If you really want to look at it, I look at like T-Rail and Smack and them, some of the most prominent figures in LA media. Because like, how do people consume media nowadays? How do people consume media nowadays? Podcasts. More people are watching podcasts to get updated about things than they are. Blogs are dead. Who the fuck goes to, you know what I mean? Like, even Hip Hop DX, most of their content's on YouTube.
Yeah, fools are tapped into podcasts, like straight syndications and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
People are going to podcasts. So what I wasn't doing was causing trouble. Anytime a beef with gangs he mentioned, I was like, oh, okay, next subject. Or, you know, when he...
I ain't watching, so I can't confirm, but if Lush telling the truth, you'll drop, you know, drop a Lush is telling the truth in the comment section.
It was like, I'm making the enemy's moms cry. I was like, I don't think it's cool to make moms cry. I understand that's part of the lifestyle.
I caught that too. I was like, that was a bit much.
Yeah, like, in fact, when he was talking about cripping, and I was like, let's lean into the historical aspects, the positive aspects of cripping. You know, how this came from a hybrid from the Black Panther organization.
Exactly.
You know, Community Revolutionaries in Progress.
Yeah.
And then Crip Mac like gave his, well, actually it stands for killing all customers or whatever he said, you know what I mean? Like, and like, okay, like that was to the point where the interview was getting more and more malt liquor induced and just kind of deviating. And I was like, I feel like this has been a great discussion. I feel like I humanized Crip Mac in a way that most people weren't able to do, had a real straightforward dialogue with him, and I feel like it was reaching its logical conclusion.
Yeah.
I wasn't there of course, like when he's saying funny shit, we're gonna laugh. You know what I mean? Like I'm not laughing at gang disses. I'm not laughing at disrespect. And if something was said disrespectful, if he had been like, well, fuck, I've been like, hey, like, all right, I understand there's a lot behind that,
you would have
but
been able to facilitate that.
Yeah, I'd be like, I fuck with bro. I'm cool with bro. It didn't even get to that point though. It didn't even get to that point. So I just wanted to clear that up, and I think it's just the inconsistencies, the hypocrisy. It's like it's a bit much. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it just shows like how much do people really fuck with me? Like obviously, it's questionable. I think some people do. I think some of them over there do to an extent. Like, like I know that AD is a homie. T-Rel I consider a homie. Smack, I consider them homies. But like when people aren't this.
Now, is homie or friends the same thing? Right? Like, cause let's be real, right? Cause like a bunch of us, especially like in the media space, right? Like we throw around a homie. Like, for example, right? Like I can probably say, yo, Sneako the homie, or yo, Destiny the homie, or yo, like right, or yo, like Gerald, like Gerald Huston, like that's the homie, right? Or yo, O'Shea Du Jackson, that's the homie, right? But is homie and friends the same thing? Because technically, if homie and friends are the same things, then none of the people that I just named will qualify as my quote-unquote friends. So, yes, we all worked with each other at some point, but does us being coworker at some point automatically means that we're all friends? Meaning, if Lush gets into a real deep street issue, if Lush gets jumped, can Lush pick up his phone and call T-Rel to come and slide for him? I don't think so. So if you get jumped and you can't call the phone for somebody to come and slide for you, I don't think that counts as your friend. Y'all cool? Friends is crazy.
This is like the big moment for me thus far in my solo podcast journey with my new endeavor and my new partners. Boom, we getting shit set off. Motherfuckers ain't like, oh, good job, Lush. That was a dope interview. The whole entire internet, 98% of the fans are like, damn, that was a huge W. But people I fuck with aren't hitting me up and saying that. I'm not being like, there's talk of me being invited back to that platform. I would love to go back and fuck with them in their platform. I can sit, like I said in the beginning,
Yo, I think it's over with though. I ain't gonna lie with you, Lush. I ain't gonna lie with you, Lush. Like, I feel like once you did that Crip Mac interview, man, like it's over with now, bro. Feel me? I don't think they, again, maybe I'm wrong. And let's be clear, I don't think Lush did anything wrong by interviewing Crip Mac. I feel like Lush should have done it. I'm glad he did do it, and his platform is benefiting from it. But do I think that there's an open invite now for him to come on BackOnFigg? I don't think so.
Consider Community World allies. I consider, Duno, AD, all the punt. They all cool. Like, I ain't got no issues with them.
Yo, what's that
but
beat,
like
Lush?
at the same time,
Lush, that's your computer, right? Bro, what's that? Oh, No, it's the person who recorded this. The person who recorded this, bro, left the beeping on, bro. I can't stand no. Oh no! Wait, no, this is not the. Wait, this is
how cool are we? Like, do you all like instead of being like, well, damn, Lush, blah 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 blah. That's all.
Bro, I'm tripping. This is on Lush's platform. The beep is coming from Lush's.
You say about it, laptop. You know what I mean? Right. Not like that was a dope interview. Props to the homie for getting it lit. You know, I wasn't really feeling how I felt like like you brought up our name. You know that bro don't fuck with us. That's kind of
first response to it was what you did.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's the only thing. That's the only thing said. T-Rail was like low-key giving props to it, I felt like, but his voice was kind of getting obstructed at that moment. And like, look, I know ultimately, like, hey, that's Smack's narrative. He comes in peace. But I feel like I've been used as content on every single one of those platforms.
And he has
forms several times over. Laughed at, dissected, ridiculed, clowned, called all types of things that have ramifications in my real life. But if I merely bring up a name in a non-disrespectful way, like you said earlier, if anything, it's giving props. It's like like you like y'all these.
That's how I seen it.
Hey, guess what, Crip Mac? These guys are killing No Jumper right now. They're doing better than No Jumper. AD, T-Rail and them. Oh, I know like you don't fuck with T-Rail or whatever, but guess what? Like he's actually killing shit right now.
Yeah.
And that was the
but now so if the name, for example, if Smack and T-Rail name just sort of spilled out of Lush's mouth just by accident and he had no idea, cool. But if this was a question that Lush had premeditated and he had time to think about that question and he still said T-Rail and Smack name, then I don't think that's kosher. You feel me? Like, cause Lush just say, yo, like those the homies. Like, those are my friends. If those are your friends, one, you wouldn't have done a Crip Back interview. Two, you would not have brought up T-Rail and Smack's name, right? Because again, Lush is a really astute dude, really smart. So Lush understood what happened the last time when Blasey accidentally, like brought up T-Rail's name in front of like Crip Mac, right? So Lush understands like where that conversation might have went, right? And this was a live thing as well. So Lush understood like if he would have said, yo, F blank, now it's up, right? Like now you have like it's war now, right? So yeah, nah, man. So if he had time to premeditate it and think about it, yo, him saying their names, I personally would have decided against it if I had time to think about it.
The whole point of like, so.
I mean, them brothers, them over there know how Mac feel about, they already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So for them to kind of come at you about bringing it up, you don't have no control over the brother's response.
And he didn't even say anything crazy. Like I thought he was gonna let me finish the sentence and be like, "Oh, okay, well, 5 them or the 5. I thought he was gonna be like, "Oh, wow, that's crazy that they got their shit popping like that," and maybe be like, "Well, I don't fuck with T-Rail. He's a cutster, like whatever." But like, and then if he did that, I would have been like, "Well, I'm cool with T-Rail. Like I understand the politics between 5 y'all, whatever." Like
that was a bit much, man. It's like, don't say our names. Like I don't know, man.
But literally, all I said, the exact quote was, AD got his own platform called Community, and they clicked up with T-Rail and Smack. That's it. It wasn't like, what do you think about T-Rail and Smack? Would you ever do content with them? Like, I know what the fuck I'm purposely avoiding asking questions like that. You know what I mean? He brought up the fade with Jap 5. Of course I'm going to talk about that, but that's, and he was showing respect to Jap 5 and that, I don't know. There's not too much more to dissect. That's how I feel. Period. That's it. No disrespect, but I'm not going to allow people to continue to disrespect me. I was contemplating calling into their platform, but it's like all that would have happened is then they would have continued to control the narrative, been able to laugh about me or make little comments after I hung up.
Yeah, shout out to Lush. Yo, Lush is bossing up, man.
Minimize what I'm saying.
It's all about what you respond to, too. You know what I'm saying? If you spotted, you to 9 times out of 10 got it and shit. And if that's showing up on your radar like that to where it make you, feel some type of way, everything, a motherfucker is solid, shit going on, move.
We really have a lot of love for Smack. It's every single time. The energy is not really, like, I can't give back what's coming my way. Pause. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just at a certain point. I would say it's disappointing, but I understand that. It's like, okay, we're in the content game, but yo, don't use us for content. We could use you for content, but don't use this for content. It's like it's such an obscure line that don't make sense.
It ain't shit.
And honestly, I'm at the point where I would say I'm exhausted by it, but guess what? I'm here for this shit. I've been fucking doing content for before I knew what the word even fucking meant. Yeah. And now I'm in this game, and Lush World is we here. We doing the motherfucking damn thing.
You went and picked the brother up from the Delano and got the interview out and done. You did that.
Yeah.
So.
Hey man, listen man. Shout out to Lush, man. Now my final take on this, bro, is yeah, bro, like both sides have a point, right? And I think both sides' point is contingent on, did Lush have time to think about it? Because if Lush just said their names just in the heat of conversation, ain't really have time to compute it or think about it, and he just said it, then I gotta side with Lush. I don't see why Lush will be getting pressed for that. But if Lush thought about the question, right? Like for example, like he could have asked that question without including T-Rell and Smack's name. So if he thought about it beforehand and said, I'm gonna ask this question, and still decided to include T-Rell and Smack's name in front of Crip Mac, then to me that's wrong, because Lush understands the history and what took place the last time somebody did that. Right? So in that case, Lush is wrong. But if this was just a random thing that just popped up in the heat of conversation, Lush ain't really have no time to think about it, then I don't think you can press Lush about it. All right? But it's your boy, Poetic Flacco, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section, bro. Who do you guys think is wrong, Lush or T-Rell and Smack, all right? It's your boy, Poetic Flacco. I'm out of here, folks. Peace. Wait, what? Bruh. It's still an N. All right, sorry.